The old farmhouse sagged against the emerald green of the Appalachian foothills outside Asheville, a skeletal structure draped in kudzu. Locals murmured about the Hemphill family, who vanished from it in the humid summer of '63, leaving behind only a lingering scent of wood smoke and an unsettling stillness. I'd always chalked it up to mountain lore, the kind whispered on wraparound porches during firefly season, until the cicadas started their relentless drone. My cat, a sleek black creature named Shadow, had become fixated on the dense woods bordering my rental cabin. One sweltering afternoon, he darted into the undergrowth, his usually silent movements punctuated by agitated hisses. I followed, pushing through thickets of rhododendron until I stumbled upon it. A small tarnished silver locket, engraved with a delicate H. It felt strangely warm in the oppressive heat. A prickle of unease traced its way down my spine. I started digging into local history, spending hours at the Pack Memorial Library in Asheville. Newspaper archives spoke of the Hemphills, a couple and their young son, Henry. They were described as quiet, self-sufficient. Then the abrupt silence. The milkman found the porch swing swaying gently in the breeze, the front door ajar, but no one inside. Last night the air hung heavy and still, the silence broken only by the incessant buzz of cicadas. Shadow sat rigid at the foot of my bed, his emerald eyes wide and fixed on the darkened corner of the room. I tried to dismiss it as the strangeness of a new place, the humidity playing tricks on my senses. But then I heard it, a faint humming, a child's melody, coming from the crawl space beneath the cabin. My blood ran cold. I live alone. There shouldn't be anything under the cabin. Armed with my phone's flashlight, I cautiously made my way to the creaking access door in the hallway. The air grew thick with the cloying sweetness of decaying leaves, and something else, something vaguely metallic, like old pennies. The crawl space was a low, damp tunnel of earth and shadow. The humming stopped as I squeezed through the narrow opening. The beam of my flashlight danced across the uneven floor, discarded tools, the skeletal remains of some small animal, and in the far corner, a child's wooden rocking horse, its paint chipped and faded. As I moved closer to the rocking horse, the humming started again, a soft, melancholic tune. It seemed to emanate from the earth itself. My breath caught in my throat. I hesitated, every fibre of my being urging me to retreat. But the locket, the unsettling stillness of the woods, the insistent melody, they drew me forward. Slowly, I knelt beside the rocking horse. That's when I saw it. Partially buried in the damp soil beneath the runners was a small, leather-bound book. Its pages were brittle and yellowed with age. As I carefully brushed away the dirt, a name became visible on the cover. Henry. Inside, the childish script told a simple story of playing in the woods, of finding secret places, of friends who weren't quite like other children. The last entry, dated the day before the Hemphills vanished, was a drawing of 3 figures holding hands, surrounded by swirling lines. Beneath it, a single, unsettling sentence. They're waiting for us to join their game. The humming intensified, seeming to vibrate through the very ground. The air grew colder, and I could have sworn I heard the faint rustling of leaves just outside the crawl space, even though there wasn't a breath of wind. Shadow upstairs began to yowl, a drawn-out, mournful sound. I closed the book, my hands shaking. I had to get out of there. Now, as I crawled back towards the access door, a small tarnished silver locket, identical to the one I found in the woods, slid out from beneath the rocking horse, landing silently in the damp earth. I didn't touch it. I scrambled out of the crawl space and ran. I haven't been back to the rental cabin since. I tried to convince myself it was the dampness, the old house settling, the cicadas playing tricks on my ears. But every night, when the air is still and the cicadas drone, I hear it. That faint, melancholic humming, just beneath the threshold of hearing. And sometimes, when Shadow stares intently at the floorboards, his ears twitching, I can almost feel a cold spot in the room. A silent invitation to a game I don't understand. The old Hemp Hill farmhouse still stands in the Appalachian foothills outside Asheville, a silent monument to a family lost. And sometimes, when the moon is full, locals claim they hear a faint children's melody drifting from the woods. A melody that makes them quicken their pace and lock their doors a little tighter.